Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you and welcome. I appreciate all of you coming out on behalf of the Baltimore County Council. We did want to welcome our County Executive, Kevin Kamenetz, who will present the executive budget for this year. So thank you, County Executive Kamenetz.
Well, thank you very much. Good morning. Well, Chairman Quirk, members of the County Council, and fellow residents of Baltimore County. Visitors to our Baltimore County website will find plenty of photographs. We put them there because each picture tells part of a story. There are images of a company joining our thriving business community, bringing new jobs and new economic opportunities. Images of a new neighborhood school opening, providing world-class education to serve our ever-growing population. A groundbreaking for another affordable senior housing community, helping to ensure our older adults can age with dignity and respect. A new nature center, and more turf fields for young people and kids of all ages, retraining workers to find jobs in this technology-driven age. Each image is really part of our broader story, showing the progress we've made together, and each gives us reasons to pause, to celebrate, and to reflect. What often strikes me when I stand with a shovel at a groundbreaking or hold those big scissors at a ribbon cutting is Baltimore County's size and scope. As County Executive of Maryland's third largest jurisdiction, I had the privilege to serve more than 630,000 residents who are committed to this place that we proudly call home. Our dedicated county workers truly get the job done. They're teaching in our classrooms, they're patrolling our streets, they're issuing permits, and sometimes they literally are in the trenches. To all of our government employees, for all the ways you contribute to our success, thank you for serving our county well. And here's a more tangible acknowledgement of your hard work. The budget we're submitting today includes a 2% cost of living increase for all county workers effective July 1. I also want to thank the members of the County Council, our state and Maryland's federal elected officials for your continuing support. So why do people want to live and work in Baltimore County? I've heard it time and time again. It's our safe, welcoming neighborhoods, our quality schools, and the understanding that county government is meeting the needs of its residents and employers. In Baltimore County, leading by example means helping to keep people secure and healthy. Our police, firefighters, and paramedics understand that keeping the public safe requires community cooperation and mutual respect. This is an especially tough time for our officers. I'm very proud of the brave men and women in our police department. Total crime in this county has dropped by 8% since 2009. And our case clearance rates consistently exceed state and national averages. Each week we train more police officers on the proper use of body cameras, and we're on track to have the program fully implemented and on schedule by the end of September. This budget includes $4.3 million to complete the body camera rollout, including with I'm sure much appreciation from our state's attorney, Scott Schellenberger, who's here, funding for additional evidence technicians in the state's attorney's office. Technology continues to improve public safety. Rob Stradling and his talented team in our Office of Information Technology are spearheading the effort. We recently implemented a backup 911 center that increases system reliability. In this budget, we're funding design for a new $27 million computer-aided dispatch and emergency communication system to start our next-gen 911 with cell and texting capabilities. We've also continued to witness in this county the tragic surge in opioid overdoses. And like other jurisdictions in the state and throughout the country, we're providing additional resources to combat this alarming epidemic. We've trained and equipped all of our police and EMS responders with naloxone, which is that quick response medication that reverses an opioid overdose. And that gives our first responders a vital tool to save more lives. Our Department of Health and Human Services offers free classes for anyone who wants to learn how to use this life-saving drug. But we understand that this is only the first part of a long-term solution to fighting substance abuse, and we will continue to study new strategies that expand access to evidence-based treatment and connect those who battle the disease of addiction with the resources they need. We're also expanding services to provide people who experience homelessness. 2 years ago, we proudly opened a comprehensive West Side men's shelter that replaced trailers. A new Eastern Family Resource Center opens later this year with expanded health services, shelter beds for men and women, and resources for people in need. Women and children who need shelter often are victims of domestic violence and need a safe place to stay for weeks before they secure permanent housing. The new center will double the number of these transitional housing beds. Our initiative to reduce homelessness includes outreach and workforce development services, rapid rehousing, and permanent supportive housing programs. Keeping us safe and healthy also means fighting for clean air and water and serving as good stewards of our land. With 200 miles of waterfront and 2,000 miles of streams and tributaries, we consider protection of the environment in this county a sacred trust. The Clean Green County Initiative is restoring stream banks and shorelines, planting trees, even sweeping streets, all to protect the bay. Baltimore County has over 64,000 acres of land in permanent conservation, open space that can never be developed. Our single-stream recycling facility has sold 174,000 tons of materials that otherwise would have been buried in landfills, garnering $23 million in sales revenue in the first 3 years of operation. More than 200 county parks offer green spaces and recreation places. From scenic Lake Roland to new trails at Marshy Point, the county has funded a record $67.5 million in new parks, community centers, and turf fields since 2010. Today's budget includes funding for a new regional turf playing field on the CCBC Catonsville campus, not only for college students, but so all residents in Lansdowne, Arbutus, and Catonsville can have that home field advantage as well. We're also going to fund new turf fields for Randallstown and Perry Hall high schools, and replace worn turf fields at Hereford, Lansdowne, and Woodlawn high schools. I remember when we first put those in, and now we're replacing them. By the way, each of those schools have very active rec councils and users of the facility, and they lobbied hard and also made contributions to make this effort happen. So in all, we're funding $10.5 million for recreation, including 90 maintenance and refurbishment projects throughout the county. Last summer, we announced a county government solar project, which is a direct commitment to renewable energy. This solar initiative will return clean energy to the grid, but also save county taxpayers $20 million over the next 25 years. Commercial building owners can also go green with our new PACE program, which provides long-term loans so high-efficiency improvements can be made now with zero upfront costs. We're also improving our aging infrastructure to reduce the number of water main breaks and waste overflows. Baltimore County's proposed capital budget includes $470 million this year to replace and reline water and sewer pipes in the county and upgrade regional reservoirs, treatment plants, and pumping stations. We know that all of these significant investments are making a difference today and will help secure open space and cleaner air and water for future generations. We also know that it is vital to prepare every child for a world of rapid change and innovation. Think about it. The college class of 2017 was born in 1996. I was on the council back then. Dial-up internet access was starting to make personal computing quick, affordable, and accessible. Google was a year old. I bet we wish we bought stock back then. The iPhone was still a decade away. What will be posted on the job boards when today's kindergartners start their job searches? One thing we do know is that the jobs of the future will require a more highly skilled and educated workforce. The professionals in our Department of Economic and Workforce Development, under the able leadership of Director Will Anderson, are focused on workforce development as the key to growing our economy, and they're achieving great results. A recent report prepared for the department examines education from an economic perspective. The report studied the business sectors expected to generate the most county job growth over the next 10 years. And those are healthcare, information technology, financial services. Almost 1/3 of these jobs will require a bachelor's degree or above. Our Baltimore County Public Schools are committed to starting our kids off with a solid foundation. We have the 25th largest school system in the country with more than 112,000 students, led by our energetic superintendent, Dr. Dallas Dance. Last year, the public school graduation rate rose to 89.2%, one of the highest rates in Maryland. That's 6 straight years of increasing graduation rates as we keep our academic standards high. Equally impressive is that the achievement gap is closed. African American students in Baltimore County Public Schools are now graduating at the same rate as white students. And our public schools are as diverse as our population. 6,000 county public school students do not speak English as their primary language. They proudly bring cultures from around the world and represent 130 foreign languages, from Korean and Russian to Hindi and Farsi. Some students enter our classrooms speaking not a word of English. This budget adds 13 teachers in the English for Speakers of Other Languages program, ESOL. And to assure that all students achieving their learning potential, this budget also includes funds to hire 15 more special education teachers. Today, knowing more than one language is essential to being competitive in our global society. And our school system's Passport initiative starts conversational Spanish in 4th grade, when language is learned most naturally. There are currently 40 Passport schools, and we have funding in this coming budget to add 5 more elementary schools to the program. As you all are aware, our county has undertaken the largest single school construction program in Maryland's history. The $1.3 billion Schools for Our Future program is upgrading facilities and providing modern learning environments for our children and teachers. We're building 16 new schools, 12 additions, and 7 major renovations. And we're well on our way. We've already opened 4 new schools, and we've renovated or expanded 6 schools, with more to come. And in case you were wondering, they all have energy efficient and cost efficient central air conditioning. In fact, since 2010, the number of schools without air conditioning has dropped from 90 to just 13 this fall. We've also reviewed the capacity issues in our middle schools, and the proposed budget will add additional seats to alleviate projected overcrowding in the northeast part of the county. This budget will fund planning and design for a brand-new middle school in Perry Hall, plus an addition at Pine Grove Middle School in Kearney. And we're also going to accelerate construction of 4 new elementary schools, replacing Bedford and Chadwick on the west side, and Colgate and Berkshire on the east side. Interestingly, the Schools for Our Future program is also creating 10,500 construction-related jobs. And while job creation is not the reason we are building new schools, we can all appreciate the additional contribution to our economy. So this FY 2018 budget continues our commitment to education and lifelong learning. More than $1.9 billion is included for public schools, libraries, and our community college. And that represents to demonstrate our commitment and our values, that represents 60.4% of our entire county operating budget. So our Community College of Baltimore County first opened in 1957 with just 53 students. Today, nearly 63,000 students enroll each year. As CCBC celebrates 60 years of brilliance, which is their diamond anniversary, they play an even more valuable role in building a skilled workforce. We fund major renovations to the Health, Careers, and Technology building at CCBC Essex to provide that 21st century learning center that will train workers in high-demand fields. Our county high school graduates who enter the CCBC Fast Start program are guaranteed at least 1 scholarship a year when they enroll in the honors program. Honors graduates who maintained their grade point averages earned guaranteed admission to 12 Maryland colleges and universities to obtain their bachelor's degree. And this allows students to launch into the next phase of their learning path with some breathing room so that they can concentrate on their studies and not tuition bills. We're also moving forward with our early college high school at Woodlawn, where students can graduate with a high school diploma and an Associate of Arts degree from CCBC within the same year, 4 years, tuition-free. I want to acknowledge our champions of education. Community College of Baltimore County President Dr. Sandra Curtinitis. On spring break, but he did text me this morning with his thoughts. Superintendent of Public Schools, Dr. Dallas Dance. And our third pillar of learning, County Library Director Paula Miller. Their leadership and the hard work of thousands of teachers and staff make our county a premier place to learn. So when I look back at the day I took office in December of 2010, our county was battling fallout from the Great Recession. Assessments had plummeted, reducing property tax revenue. Employment was fragile, reducing income tax revenue. We had to streamline county government, use technology to make it more efficient and effective, and be creative in order to achieve better outcomes and returns on investment. At the same time, many businesses suffered losses, and some just didn't survive. One of the biggest blows was at the steel mill at Sparrows Point, where 2,200 people lost their jobs when the plant closed 5 years ago. In 2012, I appointed the Sparrows Point Partnership to create a blueprint for bringing the next generation of jobs to eastern Baltimore County, and I'm proud to report that that vision is rapidly becoming reality. The former Bethlehem Steel site is being reborn as Trade Point Atlantic, a global logistics, manufacturing, and marine trade center. Host Terminals just announced an agreement to oversee the majority of Trade Point Atlantic's marine cargo operations. Go to the point today and you'll see Pasha Automotive importing cars at the Deepwater Terminal. FedEx Ground is opening this summer, bringing 300 jobs. And a massive Under Armour e-commerce facility opens next year with 1,000 more jobs. Activity is clearly moving forward toward our goal of 17,000 direct and indirect jobs within the next decade at the point, adding more than $3 billion to the regional economy. Now that's economic impact and economic opportunity on a transformational scale. And there's more investment as we look around the Beltway. Downtown Towson's $1 billion of private investment is reinvigorating the county seat, with more than 3,400 new apartments and townhomes adding to this urban vibe. Construction is underway for Greenlee at Crossroads, which is a $750 million mixed-use neo-traditional community that's transforming the corridor along Maryland 43 in the White Marsh Middle River area. Metro Center at Owings Mills is the region's only transit-oriented development and is well underway. If you stop by the Owings Mills Metro Center, you'll find the county's largest public library, a community college campus, apartments, shops, cafes, offices, and even a Negro Leagues baseball museum. Nearby, Foundry Row is open with shopping, restaurants, and Baltimore County's second Wegmans. That's a combined $1 billion of investment in the heart of Owings Mills. We have a lot that is new, but the core of our economic development strategy is making sure we meet the needs of companies and workers who are already here. Recently, we faced competitive challenges when several major employers in the county were considering possible relocation. I can proudly say we made our case and met the challenge. Baltimore County will continue to be home to 3 important world headquarters: McCormick and Company, Care First, and the Social Security Administration, plus their broad networks of contractors and suppliers. And it's not all about large employers. The Baltimore County Boost Fund has loaned more than $3 million to small businesses since the program launched 3 years ago, with a focus on firms owned by minorities, women, and veterans. Our county continues to grant money to the business incubators at Towson University and UMBC, which helps support more than 140 early stage and emerging companies. And many of these innovators are in the cutting edge fields of cybersecurity and ed tech, which develops technology solutions to improve education. So as you can see, our local economy remains strong and growing. Since I came into office, Baltimore County's employment rate has been cut nearly in half, and that means 26,000 more residents are working. In that time, Baltimore County has seen over $5 billion in major private development projects that are up and running, under construction, or in the pipeline. New homes, offices, and business parks are attracting residents and employers, plus adding thousands of construction and permanent jobs. Now, this steady growth builds our tax base so that we can preserve our quality of life while keeping tax rates stable. I'm pleased to report that this budget maintains the current property tax and income tax rates. You can clap on that. Get this, Baltimore County has not increased its property tax rate for 29 years. The income tax rate hasn't gone up in 25 years. And we've achieved this as we balanced every budget and maintained the highest bond ratings in the country. Our excellent credit score saves taxpayers millions of dollars in interest costs that we might have paid if our finances weren't as highly rated. And Baltimore County is just one of 44 counties across the country that earn that AAA rating from all 3 rating agencies. And that's that coveted AAA, meaning that the experts say we're fiscally well managed. I want to thank everyone in the County Office of Budget and Finance, and especially Director Keith Dorsey and Deputy Director Ed Blades for their tireless commitment to fiscal responsibility. And the glue that holds all of our fortunes together is County Administrative Officer Fred Homan, who has faithfully served this county for more than 38 years. Today, we present a budget that continues the progress of the past 6 years. We plan ahead and budget conservatively so that we can invest in what's important to the people who live and do business here. But Baltimore County does not operate in a vacuum. Policy and funding decisions at the state and federal levels have direct and often lasting impact. We will continue to fight for the resources that Baltimore County residents need and deserve. Now, I've been a Baltimore County resident all my life. I was born in Lockern. I'm a proud graduate of Campfield Elementary School, and I now live in Owings Mills with my wife, Jill, and our teenage sons. What I love about our county is that from almost any neighborhood, it's less than 30 minutes to the Middle River waterfront, or to scenic horse farms in North County, or even chic restaurants in downtown Towson. I love that McCormick products and fine wines and even craft beers are made here and sold nationally. I love that Baltimore County is home to the Ravens Under Armour Performance Center. I love that we all enjoy the arts, culture, and professional sports right next door in our beloved Baltimore City. And I respect that Baltimore County residents embrace our diversity. I recently signed an executive order to protect the civil and religious liberties of all county residents. The order states that no county employee, including the police, can discriminate against any individual by virtue of their immigration status. No one can be detained in our jail beyond their scheduled release date, absent a court order. And as I signed that executive order, I was joined by members of the Latino, African American, Muslim, Jewish, and Catholic, LGBT communities. Together, they are what Baltimore County looks like today. We speak up for our priorities and what we stand for. That's why we protect lives and build schools and expand job training and open new parks and even animal service centers. Serving as your county executive has been the greatest honor in my life. Working with our dedicated county employees and officials, we continue to operate a government that is innovative, responsible, and efficient. When I reflect back on our pictures, that's the story I see. We're committed to keeping Baltimore County a welcoming place where people want to live, work, and learn. And we always lead by example. Thank you.
We can do better than that.
The County Council will hold a public hearing on the executive's proposed budget on Tuesday, April 25th, 2017, at 6 p.m. in this room. The council will begin its review of individual agency budgets on Monday, May 1st at 2 p.m. These hearings will continue through May 17th. The entire schedule of these hearings is posted on the County Council's website. Budget adoption is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, May 25th, 2017 at 10 a.m. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. Thank County Executive Kevin Kamenetz, and thank all the members of the County Council. Please have a safe drive home, and thank you all also for your service. Good morning.